Welcome to the Car Guys. This week, Porsche. I'm back in the 911 GT3 Touring and I'm on my way to see independent Porsche specialist Ashgood Porsche. It's a beautiful, sunny, crisp day here in the UK. Perfect weather to go out in a 911. I've done 4,000 miles in the GT3 Touring now, and it's been an absolute joy so far. One thing I can confirm with absolute certainty though, this is not a Grand Tourer by any stretch of the imagination. It is very loud, it is very stiffly sprung, so if you take this on a long journey, your spine will be smashed, your hips, because of these bucket seats, will be pinched in, you'll have numb buttocks, you'll have bust eardrums, but you will have a smile on your face. So certainly if I was going to be taking any car on a long drive, this wouldn't be it. But on a day like this, with some lovely twisty roads, sun shining, this is a pretty good place to be. I mean, you just don't get tired of that engine, I have to say. I mean, it is one of the most glorious Porsche engines ever created. 4-litre flat six, naturally aspirated, derived from the race car engine, revs all the way up to 9,000. As you'll have seen if you watched our previous video on this car. In true Porsche style, every single iteration of the 911, they have honed it and perfected it. They've tweaked bits, they've made bits better. That means that this, right now, just before the 992s start arriving, is the pinnacle of Porsche technology. This is the best of the best. The GT2 RS is obviously top of the tree and would be for me as well, but second must come the GT3 Touring. So I've had the seats reupholstered with houndstooth. Gives the car a little nod to the Porsche's past. Anyone who's got one of these, I heartily recommend that you put some form of historic fabric on the seats rather than the oh so dull ones that you actually get as standard. You will not regret it. So what's the GT3 Touring like as an everyday car? Which it kind of is. I do flip between this and my 750 BMW. Well, I mean, once you've got past the initial harshness and the loudness, it's a very, very drivable car. It's incredibly pointy, you just jump in and go. One thing you've got to be careful of is, I mean, this thing will swap ends quite easily. Tyre pressure sensors are a little bit sensitive, so if they're down by 0.1 of a bar, then the dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree. I love the way that you just press the front end lifter button and it just goes straight away, kind of like a Ford GT. I'm relying more and more on the sport mode, which does the blips on the up and down changes on the manual gearbox. I know I really shouldn't, and it is a bit lazy, but I do find myself doing that quite a lot. But you can really feel the engine starting to loosen up, the revs come more quickly, it's more responsive, and that's really is a hint of what is to come. I've made some modifications to it which personalise it for me. There'll probably be some more to come, and I don't think I'm ever getting rid of it. I'm in for the long haul. I'm looking forward to doing 10, 20, 30, 40,000 miles, no problem in this car. And as that engine gets freer, it just becomes better and better and better. So Ashgood Porsche is one of those specialist Porsche dealerships that have taken over the reins of dealing in the older cars. What many people don't realise is that official Porsche centres no longer sell older cars, and by older cars I only mean pre-991. So you will struggle to find a 997 911, for example, at an official Porsche centre. They just don't want them, and that has led to the growth of a number of specialist pre-owned Porsche companies. Companies like Specialist Cars of Malden, Paragon Porsche, Hexagon, and Ashgood Porsche is one that you may not have heard of, but I've become acquainted with them recently. These companies service that huge demand for people who don't want the very latest Porsches. They want something perhaps a little bit more classic. Porsche don't mind it because they don't really want to be in that business. If they did, they would have classic departments in their official dealer network, which would be amazing, but it's not something they want to do. Porsche wants to focus on the brand new cars. The great thing about Porsche specialist dealers is that there are deals to be done. There's a lot of variety. They're generally run by very passionate, knowledgeable people who know all about the cars. That's certainly not the case always in the big franchise dealerships. They tend to have a wonderful smorgasbord of different models spread across the forecourt. If you're into Porsches, like I am, they are fantastic places to visit because you never really know what you're going to get. You might get a Boxster Spyder, for example, 997 GT3s or GT3 RSs. You might have anniversary models. You've got turbos, you've got Turbo S's. The majority of 911s that I've purchased, for example, have been from specialist dealers. They're great places to go, so that's where we're going right now. I've heard tell that there may be a 964 RS there. And certainly the last time I went there, they had an absolute beautiful low mileage 993 Turbo S, a very, very rare car. I don't think that's there now, not because I bought it, but I think someone else did. But that is a properly beautiful car. It had a beautiful price tag as well. It was £300,000. So we're not too far away now. Ashgood is just outside the M25 near Heathrow Airport in the UK. Let's see if there's anything that would be suitable for the Car Guys garage. So here we are, we're in the main showroom at Ashgood Porsche, and of course there's all sorts of interesting things in here, including, I hoped it would still be here, the 993 Turbo S that I spoke about earlier. Low mileage, very, very special car, very small numbers car. This is really special. Let's have a look at this one. This is a 1998 Porsche 993 Turbo S, an exceptionally rare car. There was only 23 UK cars built to the specification. Sways of carbon fibre in here, which is very rare. You don't see that at all really on the 993 models. Got white dials, it's obviously manual, it's got all the right options. It's midnight blue outside with blue leather interior, which I personally love. 37,000 miles. 20 years old and it's done 37,000 miles. That is incredible. So it's been properly looked after. It's not been driven enough, which may mean that it comes with some of its own issues, but imagine getting this up to speed. This would be one of the all-time great 911s to have in the collection. Here's a left-hand drive 993 RS. Again, a very rare car. This one's done quite a few miles, so it's definitely been enjoyed throughout its life. But you rarely do see these. It's got full roll cage. It's a bit of an animal apparently. Very smart GT Silver 997 GT3. And how about this? What looks like a Mexico blue Cayman GT4. These are meant to be proper weapons. And here's the car we've come to see. This is a 964 RS in Rubystone Red, but crucially, it's a right-hand drive, incredibly rare. Now, the thing you have to bear in mind about these RSs is now that they are old, because remember, these cars were built in the early to mid-90s, they're now eligible for import into the USA, where they've never been allowed to be. So all of a sudden, American car collectors who've never been able to experience the pure 964 RS are able to. So a lot of them are getting shipped off to America. The interior of this RS is, of course, a thing of beauty for all those who love classic 911s. Minimalist. It's got the classic 5 dials. This one's only done 59,000 miles. You've got these lovely colour-coded seats, iconic door pulls, in this case in pink cord. Now sadly, this car sold within 3 hours. Whoever snared this 964, horrible colour aside, has got themselves an absolute bargain. They paid a bit over £150,000, and this is a right-hand drive car with 59,000 actual miles on it in stunning condition. If you wanted a 964 RS, you have missed out. What we got for you here, Squire, is a one-of-one Riviera Blue Boxster. Absolutely classic, historic colour for Porsche. Almost never see it, but look at this on a modern Boxster, Riviera Blue. Oh, I mean, literally Miami blue. What we got under here looks to me like it's a Guards Red 964 Carrera 2, I believe. And it's a manual car as well, which is the one you want. Now this, this is another classic. This, my friends, is a Boxster Spyder. In fact, there's two of them here. There's a white one and a black one. The black one is PDK, the white one is manual. Now, Boxster Spyders are the little secret that most Porsche fans don't know about. They have horrendous, cheap manual roofs that are very, very difficult to take on and off. So they are meant to be a pure summer car, but they are lightened Boxster S's, and they offer incredible performance, wind in your hair thrills, lightness, and a touch to the steering and the controls, which is found in almost no other car. These are real finds if you can ever get hold of them, and I am sorely tempted by getting one of these. So as you can see, it's quite a dated cabin on this Boxster Spyder. The door is as light as a feather. It's incredible. It just shows the whole ethos of this car is lightweightness. Inside, like the 964 RS, it's actually quite pared back and basic. You've got the door pulls, familiar door pulls there. You've got color-coded strip through the car that matches the outside of it. I absolutely love these things. I think the manual is probably the one to have. This is what makes places like Ashgood Porsche so special. You get to see a vast array of different kinds of vehicles all in one place, different colors, different specs, different ages, different histories, but you always turn up something interesting, and this is no exception. From visiting Ashgood Porsche, what have we learnt about the most collectible 911s? For me, the most collectible 911s at the moment, the ones that are on the up, the 964 RS, without a doubt, even though it's come off from the peak, it's still an ultra desirable car. 996 Turbo offers incredible value for money and a lot of performance for that money. The 993 Turbo and the 993 Turbo S are very desirable Porsche 911s from an age where the cars were air-cooled. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the update on the GT3 Touring and also the look at Ashgood Porsche. Please subscribe, leave likes and comments on our videos. We do read every one, and of course subscription means you don't miss any of our videos. There'll be another one along next week.